Houston. Boss Women of Houston is presented to you by Bad and Bougie Entertainment. I'm your host, Miss Nikki. Today we have Dr. Kanisha Gaskin and the
Woo!
lovely author of Drowning the Hot and Steamy Drowning, Lova.
Hey guys.
Steamy. So,
Yes.
Arthur Lover, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and also what inspired you to write this sexy book?
Well, my name is Lova. I'm from New Jersey. I just became an author last year. What inspired me to write the book is my cousin who's incarcerated. He's also another co-writer on the book. He was actually writing sex stories and sending them to me, getting my opinion on them to sell them to other inmates. So I decided to tell him, like, we might as well just come together and write a book for inmates because the book was really written for inmates to have a wild imagination. And basically, he stayed on top of me and we got it done, and now we have Drowning.
Baby, let me tell you. You said it was written for inmates, but this can be a household item
Thank
because of the way it sizzles
you.
every aspect of
Yes.
a person's life, of a person's life.
Mhm.
And if I may just say, the way y'all captured the words and the detail in the book, because I was reading this one part where it says she hissed in
Mhm.
anticipation, made me say because it was leading into some spicy stuff.
Mhm.
So when you were writing this, what made you pick these stories, and you're your cousin, pick these stories and put these specific stories in this book?
So long, we basically just came up with the titles together.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, well, in the beginning, we decided that we were going to read each story back and forth to each other off of the title, but we wound up not doing that. And the way that we had written the book, we decided to from write it one from a male and female perspective,
Mm-hmm.
and then two, we kind of like binged off of the titles of the episodes because they're not chapters, they're episodes because we wrote it like a TV series. So each title comes with two stories, but each story, as I stated, is told from a male or female perspective, and they give a different meaning to the title. So I don't know what made us do that. I just thought that it'd be cool. So we stuck through that situation throughout the entire book, and we came up with these stories. And the crazy thing about it is we did not read each other's stories until the book was completed. So to for it to come out the way that it did, where we're not overlapping each other and we're not talking about the same thing, and each story brings different lights to different situations. I thought it was pretty dope. And definitely when it comes to a lot of the wordplay though, I gotta give it to my publisher because they helped with a lot of that wordplay too. So
Shout out
shout out to
Shout
four
out
authors, definitely,
to the
because
to
publisher.
they
the
did they
publisher
did that.
because when I picked this book up and started reading, I read this whole book the day I picked it up. I could not put it down from beginning to end, and I was like, most of the times you'll put the book down and I did not even take a break. So, I mean, this book is like I just was addicted to the book. I just couldn't put it down. So, tell us a little bit, like, without ruining it, like, how did you come up with like episode one, On the Run? Just give us a little without ruining the
Intricate details.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, so with the titles, we wanted to come up with titles that were sexy, but also we will be able to tell it from two different perspectives. So, as I stated, like each title is definitely told from. It's just I don't even really know how to explain it
Glory.
because
Yes. I mean, it was. it was sexy. It's you have a lot of adventure.
evocative,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it covered every aspect of a person's life, from the work, from work, from home to
Mhm.
travel to, it just captured everything.
Even on a jogging trail.
You hear
Yeah.
me? That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that this can, how people look at it, this can actually help build relationships
Yes.
Mhm.
and get them spicy. You may have a calling to be like a love therapist. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
it can
Thank
inspire people.
you.
Have you ever thought what other attributes that can come out of this book?
No, I really haven't. Only thing that I've been thinking about is starting to write the second one and to actually turning the book into a TV series because I really want to bring each character to life because we're building on each character.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely want for the non-readers to still experience.
Yes.
It's not gonna be nothing like the book is never like
No, the
that,
detail,
but
but this
yeah.
is a comparison to like 50 Shades of Grey,
And it's crazy. I
but
never
it's
seen that.
it's it's steamier.
Oh, thank you.
It's steamier. It's way steamier than 50 Shades of Grey. So I purchased the book Drowning.
I would rather read the book because watching the movie would be good, but just to get into
Hmm.
character and to have your own imagination,
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's always good to watch a movie, but when you can read a book and get into your own imagination and
The
be
character.
the character, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Because,
And
baby, Wendy.
yes.
That's all I'm going to give y'all is Wendy.
Yes. And I mean, and then some books okay, this was my favorite chapter. I have no favorite chapter. They're all my favorite chapter. I
Mm-mm.
mean, every chapter
Leads
is
to
like,
something different.
yes,
Yeah.
they're all I mean, when I finished reading, I'm like, dang, is this all? I mean, I'm like, she needs to start writing some more tonight.
Mhm.
I'm like, I didn't want to put the book that I didn't want the book to end.
Mhm. Thank you. I appreciate that. Like I love all the feedback. We definitely getting a lot of people mad at me because they was like the
I'm
story
mad
could have
at
been
you.
longer and stuff like. I'm like, nah, what I'm going to talk about? If I give y'all everything, what I'm going to talk about,
The
in
next
the
time.
next exactly. So
So we'll go into a commercial and we'll come back with more of Lover and Dr. Kanisha James.
okay. My parents, my stepfather and my dad, they didn't read it. They purchased it, but they didn't. They was like, we not. Like they all think that the stories is about me. And I'm like, what? I didn't even give y'all, you know what I'm saying? What impression did I give you to make you think that it's about me? They don't care. They don't, yeah, the cover, they just,
Cause you still a baby girl.
right. But my mom, I ain't gonna snitch on her, but she read it. And she said some things about a couple of his characters. I don't want to get her in trouble, so I ain't gonna snitch on you, mom. I got you. But my siblings, they absolutely loved it. My sister's like, oh, I gotta try this, and a lot of women reached out to me and told me that I broadened their sex lives because they think that they're boring
Yeah, cause
with the stuff that
I see
they
some things I want to
were
try.
were
Lord.
doing, but but the idea of the titles definitely just came from me and Reek just sitting down, just trying to think of sexy things that we both can tell a story on, because each episode has two stories. So one of the stories written by me and the other one's written by him. So we both wrote a story in each episode. I'm not gonna tell you who wrote what, but or whose story is who.
Right.
But the vibe and everything, it was stressful because he can be very hard, but I needed it.
Mhm.
But yeah, he definitely played a big part in the book getting finished because I got writer's block a lot, especially because I didn't know what he was writing. So
Oh
it
man,
kind of
yeah.
got me very
Cross.
frustrated. Yeah, because I'm like, oh, he might be saying this. So how can I, put this? It was a challenge. If I'm not about to sit here and act like it was easy, it was something simple because a lot of people, you go into projects and thinking that they're so simple because it looks so simple, and it's a lot of work that get put into doing this. I'm not sensitive about my work, because maybe your opinion can switch up my writing or make me say or word
Constructive
something different.
criticism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely shocked in the women though, because I was like, what? Because I'm kind of a little turned when it comes to things like this. This is how I can write. Like a lot of the characters that I wrote about, I have relations to the story. Now I
Hmm.
ain't saying that everything. I'm just saying, we here with it with the
Yeah.
characters. So, it was very easy for me to write it, especially with getting different stories from different people. I kind of just put all that together and exaggerated.
Hmm.
But
So,
you know what? Not to cut you off, but you know what? Some of the things that's done in here, it is natural. You just explaining some of the things that some people want to do but are scared to do.
mm,
Or talk
It's
about.
yeah, talk
yeah,
about
Yeah.
doing, and it's okay to do. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
It's a part of
Because
life.
it's a part of life, and
Right.
it's 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 not just sexy; it's adventurous,
yeah.
and you know what I'm saying. And it's
Spontaneous.
spontaneous, and
Mhm,
some of it is mysterious. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
Hmm.
Um, the very last chapter, the
mhm.
restroom
Out
scene,
of the
and the
box.
yeah, out of the box, the very last. I don't know how to say it without
Without giving
giving
it
up the
away.
Right.
end. So I mean that it's a whole twist to that one.
Yeah.
You
So
know, I think what it is that it's not outlandish. It's not
yeah,
something that can't happen.
Right.
yeah,
You know, it's all stories that can literally happen
Yeah.
yes,
in a person's life,
Or
yes,
has happened.
or has
or has
Yeah.
happened.
happened, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
need to
Or
happen.
needs right.
Or
Or
and
need
God
needs
to
to
bless
happen.
them.
Okay.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
Lord.
And then you also have them going to like have a get together, and you're like
Yeah.
the couple Syracuse fan, you're mad because I'm a Syracuse fan
Mhm.
or a Duke fan, so you're also talking about sports. so
Sports. Yep.
so I mean it's a little bit of something for
It hit every
everybody, yeah.
aspect
So
Mhm.
of gender roles
yeah,
Yeah.
with each other, and so it's not biased.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I
Yeah.
mean, the book is for everybody. I mean, it's a very, we were talking about sex, and sex is natural, and we were talking about this on another show, and sex is a natural thing, and some people pretend. I don't see anything wrong with having sex, and people being shy about having sex,
Mhm.
and being familiar with who you are and your sexuality. And the book is not just sexy; it's fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
It actually, the stories that I read, it actually showed relationships.
yeah,
Mhm.
It actually brought people together, showed relationships, showed how you could be spontaneous. So anyone that may be having marital issues,
Mhm.
yes,
different type of issues, can actually spice up their life
yeah,
just by, I won't say play the role, but if you want to play the role,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's different. It opens up different avenues of
Avenues and
Yeah.
diversity with
yeah,
being in love
yeah,
or exploring.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in like their 20s, when they read it, they was excited that the wording was up to date.
yeah,
So they
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I feel like I'm, talking to one of my
yeah,
homegirls, like the conversations that's
yeah.
going on in the book." So I thought that was pretty dope because I didn't think of it
Yeah,
like
because
that.
and
I
it's
was
raw.
literally
It's
just
a natural
writing,
book.
right,
It's raw. You didn't
Mhm.
sugarcoat
right,
anything. It's something. It's something for everybody. You didn't sugarcoat anything. You were to the point.
right.
So that's the part I like, especially when you read in the book. And when I say you can go into character, you can actually read the words, and get into character without
Yes,
you,
Lord.
you know what you say, hey, you speaking in tongues. You can actually read the words, and the words gonna make you feel what you're reading. You know what I'm saying? So when yeah, so you don't want to sugarcoat anything, and then have to you're not gonna actually feel it when you sugarcoat it.
Right.
You know, so
Right.
that's
So, what inspired this sexy cover, and what made
Insecurity.
you put yourself on it?
the front and the
Insecurity.
back.
Insecurity is the
Okay.
main word. So
Insecure with a
insecurity.
body like
um, so
Okay,
the
girl.
cover, the original cover was supposed to be kind of like Instagram models is what they call them on the front, and they were supposed to be in the pool. Like I forget the whole scenery, but that was it.
Right.
So I was telling Reek, who is the other co-writer, which is my cousin. I was telling him, I was like, man, we gotta get these girls on the cover. Da, da, da. He like, no, you need to do it. I'm
He want to
like,
keep it real. I like how he believe in you.
yeah, his belief in me is out of this world. Like, it's crazy. So I told him, I was like, no, I'm so fat, I'm not getting on the cover. Like, I hate
Oh.
this, I hate that. And he was like, girl, if you don't get on this cover and do whatever, whatever. So long story short, I booked two girls to actually bring my vision to life. And they flunked on me at the last minute. And it was like, no, we can't do it or whatever. So now I'm crying to him like, he was like, it don't matter. You just everything's already paid for. You need to figure something else out, and you need to be on the cover. So I'm actually in my mom's tub in the front, and
that.
on the back I'm in her shower on the cover.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
Oh,
laying in the
okay.
shower.
yeah.
Oh, that is sexy. That
So
is super sexy.
I'm in my mom bathroom on the cover, and when we went through the pictures and we seen all the pictures, we both was like,
This
okay,
the one.
this is the one.
This is
Like
the
this
What
is
one.
the
did your
cover.
mom
Like
say? What did your mom say
um
when she saw her tub in her shower?
well, she she was there when I was shooting, and she was like, "Hurry up! I need to use the bathroom like every
Oh,
2 seconds." I'm like,
was that
"Mom, I'm
applauding?
coming! Like, give me 10 more minutes!" Like,
Oh,
so. But when it actually came out, she was like, "Oh, nah, this is hot. This is
It's
fire.
hot.
I don't know what your dad's
oh,
gonna think, but this is
And it's
oh.
fire."
something
So,
that everybody can relate to.
right.
Like it's not foreign.
So how did you feel? Like you said, you were insecure. So how did you feel when you actually saw the pictures? Because these are actually beautiful.
Thank you. And it's so
Mhm.
crazy. Them not even edited. They
Really?
fresh
Oh,
out of the camera. Like
I thought
when
it was
I
edited
wanted them to be edited, they was like, "Girl, these pictures don't need to be
No,
touched."
these are beautiful.
So thank you. So
from
I
the
was
soap
actually
suds and
proud. Yeah.
Yes,
everything.
Okay.
Okay.
girl.
I was like, okay, let me find out. Like
Yes.
so. Yeah, I was pretty proud of the cover. I was proud.
But sometimes we as women can be our own worst critics.
Right.
So
Yes.
how did he? What did he say when he saw the book? Did has he seen the book?
Puerto
Yes.
Yeah, because we both got our
Copy.
author copies before we dropped it, and he was like, "Oh, this is fire!" Like when he was showing people in the jail, like, "Yeah, this is my book." I mean, my cousin just wrote a book. They was like, "Oh, who the model?" He was like, "That's her." They was like, "That's not
Oh.
her." Nobody in jail believes that that's me and that he knows me and I'm his cousin. They really think I'm somebody foreign.
You are,
And
well,
it's
you are
like,
somebody.
Well,
thank you.
yeah,
You
most
are
definitely.
somebody.
So this can be ordered for this can be ordered for people in jail.
Yeah, they have to order it off of Amazon. I'm working on putting it in Barnes and Nobles because I know a couple of prisons wasn't able to get it unless it was in Barnes and Nobles, but it's so much to get your book into Barnes and Nobles. But I'm working on it.
What about
So Amazon definitely.
oh, okay, so they can't get ordered off Amazon.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't be able to get it from my website. They have to go directly through Amazon to put
It
it
has
in
to
the
be from the
prisons.
vendor.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So regular customers, consumers that want to buy the book, they can go to
They can go to Amazon to get the book. If you got Kindle, it's on there for free. And next month it'll be on iamlover.com.
iamlover.com. So, I don't remember asking how we could get in touch with you via social media.
So when you order the book, rather it's from Amazon, Kindle, or you get it from me, all my social media, and if you want to write Reek and tell him about your stories or what you think, all the information is in the back of the book.
So when can we expect a second book because I'm gonna have to read this book again.
I'm pushing. I'm pushing for December. I want to drop it around Christmas time, but I don't know. Right now, it's a lot going on.
Is it gonna be the same sexy? Do you have something more in store?
So with the second one, we only taken two of the stories out of the first one that we want to elaborate on in season two, and then we're adding brand new characters, brand new everything in season two.
So which stories are you taking out of here?
We're definitely taking the last
Oh
story
yes.
out of the box, and the first stories on the run. Those
Oh
characters.
First and last.
So, yep,
okay.
the first and last. We taking
So
those characters and bringing them into Drowning too.
so what made you pick the first and I know the last one had to be a continuation. So what made you pick those two?
Just because we left y'all hanging.
Most
We
definitely left
we
us
left y'all hanging.
hanging.
And everybody mad at me about it. They like, what? Like you
Yeah.
couldn't? Why you do that? So we're gonna give y'all a little more into those characters' lives, and then we're gonna introduce another character.
Okay. Well, thank you, Lover, for coming on to the show. We definitely
Yes, yes.
appreciate you,
Thank you
and
for
the
having
book
me.
is most definitely a must read. Everybody, please go and get Lover's book. It's Lover and Reek, Reek, and the book is Drowning. It is a must read.
Must
We
read.
always enjoy you
Thank
anytime
you.
we're around you. So this is Boss Women of Houston. Until next time, love, peace,
And
and
unity.
unity.